In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can complete this side plan, insert a map in it. I'll talk a little bit about the north point and how we can also add other items here such as a driveway, preferably a boundary fence and a gate. So let's begin. So the first thing that you need to do is before you actually go up to the publishing side or the plotting side, you have to complete whatever it is you are doing in the model space. So we will be adding a driveway over here along with the turning area. Also, the client had asked me to create a boundary fence along this boundary and an entry gate, a double hung entry gate over here. So we will do that. So let's begin. Okay, so the first thing that we'll do, we'll offset our boundary line to a distance of 25 millimeters. Now this distance is offsetted 25 millimeters. Remember, your peg will be over here. This is your boundary peg. It will be in this position. Whenever you're taking a building line, you will have to take it from the inside of the boundary peg and not the outside of the boundary peg. So what you will need to do is from the inside of this boundary peg, you will have to offset 25 millimeters and then you can start your boundary fence as I have done over here. So we will similarly just do that for all of these, all of the sides. The distance will be same. Offset is O for offset. Then we'll change the layer for that. Now I am currently in clean screen mode and you can exit by either clicking on this or you can enter the command Ctrl+0. So what we'll do is we'll create a new layer known as boundary fence. Or if you have any spare layers, you can just rename them to boundary fence. I have this layer currently lying for nothing, so I'll rename it to boundary fence. I'll also change the layer of it. This should not be too dark. I'll just put it to a number 7 white. This will print as black. The line will not be continuous because it's a fence line. So what I'll do is simply put it in a hidden line. Or you can load other lines here. And you can also use one of these. Now these are services lines and this is a fence line. So what we can do, we can click on this and we click on OK. And then we click on OK again. Sorry, we'll click on that fence line, then we click on OK. And now you have a perfect fence line. I made an error there, just let me correct it. Right. So we'll activate this layer and we'll collapse this window. Now all the lines that were offsetted 25 mm from the initial boundary lines, we will select them and we'll put them to that layer, the layer that we just created for boundary fence. Click over here and simply place it to boundary fence, and there you go, it is showing you the actual fence. Now do not worry about these circles, this is just the architectural drawing. It will show out of the boundary slightly, but however you will need to make a note over here that says that the fence line is offset at 25 millimeters away from the boundary peg. So we'll find a suitable area and we'll copy one of the notes and just simply put it on that fence line and put it over here. Now, as you can see, I made a mistake here and I've typed it all these in small letters. So what I'll do is I'll simply select all of them. You can either select them with your mouse or you can also do a Control A. And then just type Control plus Shift plus U for uppercase command. And then just adjust your text accordingly. So now you have a note there that says that the boundary fence will be offset at 25 millimeters from the initial boundary line. Right. Now the next thing that we will do is we'll create our gate. So the gate, you can just offset it from the boundary fence line. You don't have to refer to the boundary line. I'll make a gate opening of 3 meters. That's 3000 millimeters. And I'll move it out to a distance of 600 mm because I'll have a small concrete wall in the front. And then what I'll do is I'll just simply select both the X lines and then trim out the fence line that I've drawn there. Then what I'll do is I'll take a polyline and from there I'll go and design my gate. So designing of your gate is actually very simple. You just have to make the door symbol. So what I'll do is I'll just find the center of this and then I'll write the center distance like so. Then what I'll do is type C for circle, press enter, go to the center, click over here and just move this one like so, and then we'll trim it out. So what you can do is simply select those two and mirror them like so. And if you're seeing a gap here, don't have to worry about that gap. You can move this one inwards or you can rotate it. You can rotate it using the rotate with reference command. So I'll just do a rotate with reference, type RO for rotate, click on that, type R, press enter, click on this, then click on this and bring that over there. Now if it's sticking out the line, just trim it off. Or you don't have to actually rotate the line. What you can do is group this and move this into place. Now this does not have to be, that does not have to be perfect because that is just going to show you from a big distance. So you'll know that there's a gate over there. So now that you have set up your gate, what we will do is we'll also set up our driveway. So the driveway will of course be 3 meters wide. And then what you can do is you can have a 600 millimeter long planter along this side. So my driveway will terminate over here at the outline of this roof. Like so. And if this is disturbing, what you can do is you can just move this one outside slightly. Now what I usually do is I don't do everything inside one. I just simply move these ones out and then work on them from there. Then I'll simply just place a hatch on it. press enter, and I'll just do a simple concrete hatch. And just change its color to a number 8 gray. And you can also enhance the scale so it looks a bit bigger. We'll use 10, like so. You can also put this to 255 white, which will not print at all. Then what you can do is just group them and move them back into place. Just do a draw order and send them back. And you can add your text there saying that that is your driveway. And just center out the text. Now, if you wish to create another rectangle, another driveway concrete area, you can do that. But for this case, I'll leave it as it is, because that driveway, you'll park your car over here, and this will be your turning area. You can put this in a graveled area, so you don't really have to show that gravel area over here unless and until you're doing a major structure. Now, if you think that this is wrong, you can actually place your own type of driveway. I'm just doing a simple exercise to show you guys how to actually familiarize yourself with architectural drafting. So you have placed your fence, you have placed your gate, you have placed your driveway, the texts and everything. Now what we will do is we will move up to the actual publishing side of it. So as you can see that our architectural site plan is somewhat ready. You can add other details in here. You can add a road here saying that this road is going there. But I've done that in this, the site map, the locality plan. How I got this one here was simply, I just took a clipping from the Google Maps and I saved it in a folder. Then what I did was I typed XR for external reference and press enter. Let that window come up. Then I click on this drop down arrow beside DWG, this drop down arrow, and click on attach image. Then I go to browse to where I have saved my image. In this case, I have saved it on the desktop and in the drawing file. So I'll click on wherever I've saved it. And as you can see, I've organized each and every file for each and every photo that I have. So if I need to XRF, I'll just double click on everything and simply come in. Now for that, this map over here, I've saved it in locality. You click on open. It'll ask you and click on OK again, and you can simply insert that like so. Now I've also added extra lines here to redefine the roads because the roads in the Google Maps are not really good enough. Now, so you can also do that. I've also added the street name and I've also pointed out the subject site. So there's no need to place a road over here. If you want, you can, but for this example, I will not do that. And the note that you had written in the maps, in the actual map saying that the boundary fence line to be at an offset of 25 millimeters. What you can do is simply select all this, copy, and paste them in your notes diagram as well, notes table as well. Like so. If your cell height is too much, you can just compare it to the other one over here, and then you can just change this cell height. So my cell height over here was 1153. I'll do that, and there you go. I've got a perfect note in there as well. These are the pipe sizes. So from the water closet to the inspection chamber, you will be having a 100 diameter PVC pipe, PVC waste pipe. Let me just correct that. and you can simply copy these notes. Now to go down to the next cell, you don't actually have to exit. You just have to click on the down arrow, down directional arrow, and you can keep on doing that. Now you don't be careful when you're copying. Not every pipe will be a waste pipe. Some of the pipes will also be a fresh pipe, fresh a pressure pipe. So this is DP to VD. If someone has a query, this is down pipe of the gutters to the existing V-shaped drain. And once you are done, now you have completed your site plan, and I'll show you how to set up the north. The north was actually given to me in this direction by this land surveyor. The piece of land was actually shown this way. And what I did was I just simply placed it like so. But whenever you are inserting your drawings, let's say if your north point, if this was actually oriented another way, what you can do is bring your north point over here, paste it over here, then copy everything including the north point and type RO for rotate, press enter, and then you can rotate it to whichever direction you want. So in this case, I'll just leave it to this direction. Now I've been showing you guys how to plot your drawings and not publish, because publishing is a full set of drawings. So plotting a single sheet is very easy. What you can do is you can type, if you cannot see the command line at the bottom, just press Ctrl+9 and you'll get the command line back like so. So in order to plot, what you can do is just do Ctrl+P. Then all these things I've already shown you how to set up. And remember, if you're using my format in my instructions, you have to convert all texts to geometry. Then these will not change. Then click on OK. I always use a full ISO full bleed I3 or I4. You can allow this way, you can print right to the edges of the paper. The scales are always set to 1:1. So let's leave it there. The only three boxes that I check are plot paper space last, plot with plot styles, that's this, and plot object line weights, that's also included here. Keep it on landscape, don't have to scale the line weights, and click on OK. It will ask you a place to store your PDF file. So as in the starting, you had made yourself a drawings file, and I told you to create a CAD file and a PDF file. Now you can put that one in the PDF file. P1 is presentation 1. Once you're done with it, you don't have to go and edit anything. P2 is presentation 2. So you don't have to do anything. But since this is not important here, I can just use one of these and say it's a P1. P1, then we'll place it in the architectural. I like to keep my drawings neat and organized so it's easier to work with. Then click on save. My apologies, let me just repeat how to actually save that. So you click on OK, it'll ask you for a file. Now it's already picking up where it should be saving, but you can also set it up. Then click on save. Enter your file name and save it. And you should get this bubble over here. No errors or warnings found. If you get errors and warnings found, you'll have to go back and check. So now that you can see that you have created your very first site plan and you have plotted it, this is at 43.8. So what we'll do is we'll put it to 100% scale, and you can see all the text sizes have been reflected over here. Each and every text size that you had done has been reflected over here, and you might be seeing this in monochrome, but this is not actually monochrome setting. I have on purpose placed and set up all my line weights so that they are represented like so. That was all for this video. In the next video tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can create a flow dimension plane like this one. So a flow dimension plane is a general flow plane that shows you each and every dimension there is possible in this setup. Thank you for watching, and if you like my video, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any other queries or questions, please let me know via comments. Thank you very much.